Hi, welcome to Hey Parents, Let's Chat. I'm going to have a conversation today with all of you parents, and I hope that you're seriously listening to this one because what I'm going to tell you is something that I learned based on experience. I never did this when my kids were younger, but I should have. So, as with most of my videos, I am giving you guys messages based on my learned experiences. I'm an experienced mom. I've made all the mistakes. I've learned from them, and I want to pass my learning on to you so that younger parents can benefit from some of the mistakes that I've made. I want to minimize some of the stresses that parents are going through or just eliminate them altogether, although I know that's completely impossible. But I do want to try because I have learned a lot. And one of the things that I never did, but should have, and now as I'm older and experienced, I'm going to tell you right now, it is a necessity. And that is taking a break. Just taking a break from being a parent. Giving yourself a brain break. And I am going to tell you that when my kids were younger, I never did because I felt guilty, because I felt like I needed to be there, because I felt like if I wasn't there, what if something went wrong? Or, perhaps I am not giving it my 100%. If I'm not there 100% of the time. And looking back, I feel like that was a little bit silly, but at the same time, that's how I felt. And I know that there are many of moms out there, or even dads. There are many parents that feel like giving themselves a break is selfish, is something that means like that you're less of a parent. And I'm going to tell you that the opposite is actually true. And I did not appreciate it until COVID hit. And I'm going to just use teaching as an example. As a teacher, when COVID hit and everything stopped, and I had to teach from home, and I had downtime for my brain, when you're a teacher in the classroom, and as soon as kids enter the building, you are 24/7, like constantly, it's behavior management, you're working, you're right out straight until the kids leave at the end of the day. And even if you have a prep period or a lunch period, often those are taken up by tasks that you have to do, parents you have to call, behaviors you have to deal with. So you are still dealing with children, even though they might not be right there with you. Now, as a teacher, I have done that for years and years and years, as many teachers have done. Just like many parents, you are parenting for years and years and years and years and years. And you are the same way. As soon as your kids wake up to as soon as they go to bed, you are right out straight, work, dealing with the kids, dealing with family, and you don't often get that mental brain break. So anyway, COVID happened. I'm at home, and I don't have my classroom of students. I had to teach online, which meant I had a certain number of hours where I was teaching them remotely. But then I also had many hours where I could actually be thoughtful about my lessons. I could plan. And the key word is there. I could be thoughtful. During the regular school year, during the regular school day, you are quick, go. You don't have time to be thoughtful. You can be thinking about things, but I'm talking about like serious, chill, downtime, actual self-reflection, thoughtfulness. And there was huge value in that. And so those COVID months when I was home teaching with all of that thoughtfulness, I became a better teacher. And it occurred to me that I was also becoming a better parent. And it made me realize that that brain break, that downtime, is healthy. It is necessary. And I wish, as I recollect, I wish that I had given myself more of that when my children were younger. Because I remember days where it was like, you're dealing with dogs running away, diaper blowouts, temper tantrums. One minute they like the food, the next minute they're screaming because you put their food in and it's no longer their favorite. You gave them the wrong cup, complete temper tantrum. Just craziness. And it really is taxing on your brain. And it's not like teaching or parenting is rocket science. It's not. But it's mentally taxing. And there have been studies that have been done where it shows that teachers will make from 1,000 to 1,500 decisions throughout the course of one day. Should they go to a bathroom break? Do they need a Band-Aid? Should they be doing this instead of this? What if my lesson was too short? How am I going to fill it? What if my lesson's too long? How am I going to make it up? Oh my gosh, there's been a schedule change. The concert was at this time, it's been moved to this time. How am I going to rearrange for that lesson? So-and-so has asked to go to the bathroom, but I know they're trying to avoid work. So-and-so has to go to the bathroom, and I know that they really never have to go, and I really should let them, but how can I let one when I didn't let the other? And how am I going to explain this to the class? And blah, blah, blah. Like, it is crazy. It's never ending. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. These are decisions you're making all of the time. It's the same with parenting. How should I handle this behavior? If I said yes yesterday, can I say yes today? How do I say no without, getting the temper tantrum that I know is going to happen? Did I discipline them enough? Excuse me. Did I discipline them too much? Like, it is constant. You're constantly making decisions. So by the end of the day, you're mentally taxed. And it's exhausting. And in the meantime, you're also taking care of the house. You could be working full time. You could be juggling step kids. You could be carpooling. You could be dealing with classes that you're taking. It is just absolute craziness. And so, with parenting as teaching, you really do need a brain break, whatever that might mean to you. I remember when my kids were young, there was literally maybe 3 times I remember having to give myself a night off. And I said, honey, to my husband, I'm leaving. You're in charge of bedtime. I'm going to go and read a book at the beach. And I'd take my beach chair and my book, and I would literally spend the evening at the beach reading. And that was me giving myself a break, but that was actually more of like I need to just regroup. And that was necessary, and it was short term. But when I talk about a brain break, I think that parents need, take the day, take a full day. Go get your nails done, get your hair done, go shopping, go out to lunch, have lunch with your friends, go by yourself. Whatever is going to help you have a complete shutdown of your brain. It could be that you take a book and you go to the beach all day long. It could be anything that's going to help you relax. For some of you, it might be, I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want silence. And so I'm going to go for a hike and not talk to anybody all day long. And that might be good for you. For some of you, it might be, I need some girl time where I need to go out with some friends. But even if you're out with friends, you're chatting, you're talking, you're venting, it's good, gets it all out of your system. But I'm going to recommend that you do spend a couple hours with yourself in your brain, not talking, not thinking, just chilling out. It could be that you take a nap. Could be that you have a cup of tea. Whatever it is that's going to help you. It's going to allow your brain to just recharge so that you can be thinking, okay, I could have handled that situation a little bit better. And maybe next time, here's what I would do. Or, you know what, I heard a friend or I read a book, or I saw this on the news where there's this new strategy that I wanted to try with the kids. I'm having troubles with potty training. I'm going to use this strategy instead of this one to see if that works. It allows you time to just be thoughtful so that when you come home and you go to bed and you wake up the next day, you are recharged. And it really is so helpful. I find it necessary. So, don't feel guilty. Consider this your permission slip to go and take a break. Have a parenting timeout and recharge. Recharge emotionally, recharge mentally, recharge physically. If there is a wedding, oh, my dog's going to start barking. There's a neighbor, I'm sure, walking by. Let me pause. 1 moment. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I think the dogs have settled down. I apologize. Just keeping it real here. This is real life, nothing professional. And so for those of you that are wondering, is it okay to spend the weekend going to your cousin's wedding with just you and your partner? Is it okay to go to the concert that I've been looking forward to, but I feel guilty now because I shouldn't be leaving the baby home by themselves? My message is, absolutely. You should. Go do those things. In order to ease your mind while these things happen, I might recommend don't just getting a babysitter. My dogs are letting themselves out. Sorry. Don't just get a babysitter. Have someone that you trust, like a mother-in-law or, a sister-in-law or a grandmother or your mom or your dad or somebody that can stay with the kids. Or if you're going, this is only if you're going out with your husband for the weekend. Otherwise, your husband can watch the kids. But my point is, make sure that there's somebody watching the kids that you completely trust so that when you do leave and go take your brain break, you're not worrying. You're not stressing out because you know everything's being handled. Okay? That would be my one piece of advice. So regardless of how old your kids are, do it. Take yourself a break. And for some people, they even do like monthly date nights or, monthly whatever's, girls' nights out, girls' night out. And that's all fine. But in my experience, I have found that sometimes those breaks need to be a little bit more organic. They need to be based on need as opposed to the schedule. Because I know that you can have a bad day. Bad days are not scheduled. They just pop up. Stuff happens. And so you might find that you need that break sooner than you would have anticipated. And perhaps you just had to take a Saturday off on this weekend coming up. And so sometimes your breaks can be scheduled, something that you can look forward to, a concert, a wedding, or whatever. But sometimes those breaks just have to be because you need it, not because it's scheduled, like a date night. Date nights are great, but sometimes those date nights also just need to be planned organically, just based on need. Perhaps you haven't been feeling connected with your partner, and so you're like, hey, you know what? I feel like I've been missing you, been working so hard. How about we leave the kids with our mother-in-law and let's go out to dinner and a movie? And it's just a little bit more organic, and that way your needs are met. So I just wanted to have this message for parents because I know that when I was with my kids growing up, I did not give myself this permission when I really should have. And one last thought that I want all parents to know, your kids, once they're grown up, my kids right now are 22 and 20, they're not going to remember the one weekend I spent away with my girlfriends, or the one night that I went to a concert, or the weekend that my husband and I took to go to someone's wedding. They're not going to remember those things. So in the big picture, don't worry about it. They're not going to remember it. You're not scarring them. You shouldn't feel guilty. Go and enjoy yourself. It will make you a better parent in the long run, and that's my message. So I hope that you have enjoyed this message. I hope that parents out there can learn to find value in those timeouts. And if you have appreciated my parenting messages, I hope that you subscribe. It certainly helps me. It shows that you support the messages that you're hearing. It also makes our messages more visible and our videos more visible to others. So please subscribe, hit share, hit like. And if you have comments, agree, disagree, if you could share your experiences in the comments sections, that would be fantastic. That way other parents can learn from our conversations. And also, you can go to heyparentsletschat.com and join our conversations there, where you'll find all of our videos. And so, until our next chat, I hope you give yourselves a parenting timeout. Enjoy your brain breaks, and thank you for joining us.